from Alcorn State, a well-known name in the HBCU world, running back, a big back. I mean, we've gotten a lot of these powerful backs. When we're gonna get I guess we had Ezra Gray, a smaller back, but big powerful back, great electric tape. Stadford Anderson coming up. Bobby, if you have the tape, let's roll it.
But the Braves have a man. Stadford Anderson. Stadford Anderson. Stadford Anderson.
Like one of those days for Stadford Anderson.
He's doing work. 31 was a problem, man. 31 was a straight grown man.
And knew Anderson was going to get the ball and just couldn't stop him.
So big and so powerful that can create his own yardage.
Transferred to Northwestern State.
Out of Baton Rouge. Highly thought of.
Nice knocks him down.
You can see the...
And here he is. Thank you for joining us, Stadford. We're glad to have you on. My first question before I pass it on to my colleagues is, growing up, there were a lot of great running back tandems. The first ones that come to mind are Lendell White, Chris Johnson, smash and dash. And then, Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams. Which current back in the league do you see your style sort of complementing the best?
I'd say Joe Mixon of the Bengals.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not a bad back. Very solid choice for sure. I mean, I can see you being a piece in that Cincinnati offense too. You might have to get the sauce up to match Joe Burrow, but I mean, I have no doubt that you can make that happen. So I want to pass it on to my colleagues now.
Yes, sir.
I guess I'll go first again. I mean, first of all, Stadford, thank you for coming in, man. I mean, I got to tell you, man, I saw that first game you guys played. I was watching it on TV, and Coach Grove, and I think that was North Carolina Central, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you were dominating the night, man. It was the first game of the year. I mean, you were just dominating the night, man. And we were like, man, that's the guy we got to get playing in our game. That should be rated as one of the top backs coming out of HBCU football, man. So when we were looking, and then we hear all the talk about a Jermaine Martin and people like that, man. For us, as we rate our top running backs, I mean, we've got you in our top five above some of those names that other people talk about. I mean, what is it that you think is the reason why, and I know the scouts recognize you, but what's the reason why when those early rankings come out, they're not ranking Stadford, and you are a pro back, man. They're not putting you where you should be in our eyes. So what do you think is that reason?
Well, honestly, I truly feel like the reason that I don't have like the national attention and all the hype that other people may have is because I never been like the true guy. Like how most people are, they are the face of their school. Like that's the guy going to get 25, 30 carries a game. Yep. The film that you guys are evaluating and seeing, or the film with me getting 10 carries a game, 15 carries a game, and I never was just like the face and center of the offense. I always just played my part, and and I have quality film, so I could just imagine where I'd be if I was getting 25 pops a game. It's probably a whole different story right now.
That's right. I mean, I think the scouts recognize that, and I think you're gonna be fine still, man. But when I compare, now first of all, I didn't see that Joe Mixon comparison until today. I mean, it was a breakdown. I played. I mean, you look. It makes me think of the fact that you do compare to Joe Mixon. But coming into this, I compared you to Darrell Williams coming out of LSU. Pretty much the same style of a guy, can do inside and outside stuff. Yeah. Really, really good in pass pro. But I think my question to you is, your running style is so smooth, man. I mean, you got a lot of body control. When you're in a scheme, what do you think is the best scheme match for you?
I really feel like personally I could do it all, but I feel like I thrive the most in more of a downhill with my shoulders square where I can see things. So I feel like I have my best runs when my shoulders are square. But and we ran a lot of duo at Alcorn State, so it's a lot of slow developing plays. So I can really manipulate my blockers and really set things up how I want to, and just really dial it up myself with the ball in my hand and go with it from there.
That's right. Now, I know you were at the Jackson State Pro Day down with Alcorn, and Mississippi Valley went down. I mean, what was your did you feel like you tested like you wanted to?
Kind of. I mean, I'm not sure of my numbers. It was a lot of a lot of thought going into it, running and stuff. But I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in the work that I put in to this point. I don't know the exact numbers because I wasn't told. So, I don't know what I did, but, I feel like I did okay, But I just really want to know my 40 time. I know everything else is good. I really just want to know what that 40 time I'm talking about because everything else I know I'm good at.
What do you normally run as you've been training?
We had our mock pro day in the first week of February in Dallas. I was training at Michael Johnson Performance.
Yep.
And I ran a 4.57 and 4.53 hand time, both times we timed.
Nice. That's good. That's very good. I guess my last question for now is going to be what are you doing for training right now? Who you training with and what's happening there?
I just got back in town, since pro day was Monday. So I'll probably be in Gonzales training with D1 Ascension with Christian Van Buren. Not really sure yet. I mean, I'll figure it out, but I'll be continuing to train hard though. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, guys, you got anything?
Yeah, Anderson, I just it sounds like a broken record. All as it come on, I'm pretty much going about your experience, man. When you came through that Selma Marion to the game and the event, what was that process like for you? How did it make you feel? And what were your thoughts about that initial process, that initial contact with NFL scouts and, the measurement process and being up close in that space?
It was a great experience, knowing that, this is a dream that I want and being in the process of, the steps that it would lead to, just enjoying every bit of it, because I understand this is part of the process and I'm learning how things work, understanding the true process of things and just enjoying it for what it is. Just being in front of those scouts, being able to practice and meet and, communicate with these guys and, they want to communicate and learn more about me. It was a blessing and, everything happened for a reason and I'm grateful for it all.
Yeah, that's good. Like Coach was saying, I think when you kick out your 40 time, but the tape definitely looks faster than, what you're putting out on your 40 time. And I would just say to you, and for you to carry the torch for everybody else that's coming, everybody is not going to be in a situation where they may be the featured back or they may transfer to a school, whatever that challenge may be. But we're in this space, for people like you. You know what I mean? For people that because they didn't hit 1,000 yards in a year doesn't mean that they're not an NFL running back or what have you. You get what I'm saying? So I would just send you out to keep your head up and keep training, man, because it looks good on tape. It really looks good and smooth, like Coach said.
Yes, I
so I would just keep your head up and pressing, man.
Most definitely, I will.
Stafford, something. First of all, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Man, something I'm always fascinated with in the draft process is guys that are multi-sport athletes, even coming out of high school, and seeing how it translates to football. Man, you lettered in 3 years in track and 2 years in basketball. How has that helped you on the field?
Well, it translates well. I say basketball really helped me a lot. With my lateral movement, I move I might move better laterally than I do straight forward. And it shows on film. Just having a great control and understanding of your body. And what the word is, great coordination. Basketball, track, triple jumping, it all ties into coordination. And you got to have coordination in feet to play running back. So it all translates. It all helps.
Absolutely. Those are two sports that maybe are the most applicable to running backs. You did very well in both. You're doing great on the field. Man, people in the draft process, maybe not so much in NFL runs, but at least in the media, tend to look down on a lot of guys that maybe didn't play that 2020 season because of COVID, especially if their season got canceled or something like that, like Alcorn State's did. I'll be the first to point out that, hey, Jamar Chase didn't play either, right? And I think he did okay his rookie year. How did you use the time off? How did you get better during that so you could stay fresh?
I know most definitely I gained great mental strides meeting with Coach Booz every day. Just, outside of us having workouts and stuff, I mean, I'm like, Coach, I always hit up Coach. I'll be like, Coach, are you free? Can I come by the room? Let's get in some meeting time. if it wasn't me trying to learn the Alcorn offense before, we start kicking off football stuff, like practice-wise, me and him will just start watching film of like NFL games, just going through that, looking at, he teaching me like what to read first, pre-snap reads, looking at different fronts and things. So really just giving me key pointers that I know. So when it comes down to play football, I already know what things going to play out there before the ball even snap.
Absolutely, and as some time off well spent, right? That hey, if you can get smarter up here, that's half of it, man. If you know what you're doing once you see it, man, you can play fast, and that's one of your strengths right there. Omar's gonna hate me for this because I say it just about every week. As a running back in the league, if you can't catch, you can't play. To quote the great Maurice Jones-Drew. I'm just going to throw this out there, Stadford. Alcorn State was 3-0 in games where they passed the ball to you, and they were 1-4 in games that they didn't. So I'm just going to ask you, what do you feel like you bring to the pass game, and how have you worked to improve your route running and all that this offseason?
I bring a lot to the pass game, even when I'm not getting the ball, honestly. Because, meeting with, coaches and the offensive staff, I understand that even if the players isn't designed to me and I have a route, I'm running it for the next man to get open. So I understand, run my route full speed, even if it's not coming to me, so I can open the next man up. I can run a route. I can get open one-on-one. It don't have to be a scheme. Coach can just tell me, get an option route. I can do that. So, I could run a route. That wasn't where I was primarily used it, but I'm more than capable of doing it. So, at Jackson State, the pro day, we didn't even do any running back drills. We only did routes out the backfield. That's all we did for our skill work.
Nice.
That's what it's all about, man, at the next level is catching the ball, and you certainly are doing an excellent job of that. I have a feeling you'll only be better at the next level. Stadford, that's all my questions for you. I just want to say when I watch your highlights and stuff, one name popped out to me, Leonard Fournette. As a Bucs fan, I really saw it on there. And, hey, it's running back by committee in Tampa. You got Keyshawn Vaughn and Rojo, too. So even if you're not the number one guy wherever you go, hey, man, you're going to be a contributor for sure. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stadford.
Appreciate
you. Appreciate you doing it. We'll stay in touch with us.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Yep.